A new pharaoh, Nebka, has been proclaimed, heralding the beginning of the third dynasty of Egyptian rulers. Nebka has brought great organization and structure to Egypt, ordering that all our realm be divided into districts, or nomes, each governed by a local ruler called a nomarch. Though this system may seem rigid, under his leadership Egypt has grown and prospered, and made many great achievements in art and architecture. Pharaoh wishes to extend the borders of our realm further south into Nubia. He orders that a city be founded at the first cataract of the Nile on the island of Abu, that we may take advantage of the abundant deposits of gemstones, granite, and sandstone to be found there. The growing necropolis of Abjadu demands these materials for the creation of more and more elaborate tombs for the nobility. The capital at Men-Nefer too may have need of bricks for the construction of tombs, and Pharaoh Nebka may approve requests for these and other building materials. Pharaoh Nebka has also ordered that one of your peers establish a military post at the Selima Oasis to secure the caravan routes into the African interior. Once it has been established, you may look to the Selima outpost as a source of imported ebony, a highly prized luxury good.
And welcome back to Pharaoh A New Era. This is mission number 8, Abu. It is the sister mission to the Selima Oasis here, down on the Nubian border. Looking at this, we have to have a population of 4,000, which is significantly more than what we've dealt with in space, and that will be an issue in this mission. We have a culture rating of 30, a kingdom rating of 50, and a prosperity rating of 30. That kingdom rating of 50 means that Pharaoh will be requesting things from us, and you can see in here it's probably going to be sandstone, granite, and possibly even bricks. Alright, we've unlocked temple complexes for this mission. We have the temple complex to Taf, which temple complexes, while very expensive and large, give just straight bonuses to crafting or production. Alright, let's pause and zoom out. You can see here this is our first of an island mission, so we're on this little center island here. Over here on the right hand side we do have a little bit of farmland, and we have the Kingdom Road. We'll put a water crossing in over here. So down here we have a little bit of stone, so we could set up some early jewelry or just gem export. We have more stone over here. So remember, Pharaoh will probably be asking for sandstone and granite, and it's probably also going to be an export of ours. So let's take a look at our services. We have our courthouse back. We also have our dentist and everything else, so that's good. Food and farming, we have chickpea, grain, and lettuce. I think grain would be more used to import clay and make bricks, and then give those bricks to Pharaoh or export them, because we do have quite a few export partners that will take bricks. We also have barley and flax. Looking down, we have gems. We also have sandstone quarry, jewelers, brickworks, weavers, brewers, potters, and papyrus. You notice clay is absent, so we cannot make clay in this map. Thankfully, clay is one of the cheaper exports. We have our temple complex. We have Taf as our primary patron god, and Osiris as our local. Military, we have full-on military. We shouldn't need any unless we just take forever on this mission. I don't think we'll need any military. Full-on entertainment and everything else. So let's take a look at the world map here. Here we are down here at Abu. So you can see here, they will sell clay. It is water. It's only $250, but we have to have a working dock. And they will buy gems, jewelry, linen, and bricks. So all of those, these right here, these top 4, we can export. Men-Nefer, they will sell nothing we really want. Papyrus for our scribal schools. And then they will also buy our bricks, beer, if we set up beer for export, which is always good to diversify. And then Timna, they will sell us clay. That's probably where we're going to be buying our clay from. And among weapons and copper as well. Okay, actually we'll be buying it from debt down there. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. With a mission like this, you probably want to play around a little bit and plan out your city, just because it can very much like limit what you're going to do and how you're going to set things up. So looking at this here, I've already kind of planned something out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go 1 over there. I'm gonna go up 5. Okay. And then that should be 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that is 1, 2, 3. That's gonna be our corner right there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. And then down 17, my normal housing block. There will be missions where I'll have to mix this up. All right. 7, 8, and then up. That's 16, and plus 1 for 17. Go ahead and finish this up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And make sure I did that right. That one's good. Okay, that one needs one more, I believe. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave. Actually, no, I won't. Put that right there because I'm going to need to connect to the gem mines. All right, guys. I think this is going to be my basic housing block here. I'm going to go ahead and go straight out. I always like to show this part as the longest part of the video because I think this is the part more people struggle with. Once you get a running city, it's not too bad. 2, 3, 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then one right there. Go ahead and connect those in. So that's that. So we'll have our 2 houses and then our garden there. And then we're going to go over this way. I think this should run all the way back to our farmland. Very nice. And then we will have this road come down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do something a little different for this map. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then one right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then down. Go ahead and extend it all the way down that way. See, that looks very weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the granary here and then a storage yard. And that storage yard has 2 spaces or 3 spaces for a setup for everything else. So that's kind of my basic setup right there. Put a dock in over there. All right, let's get our water crossing in. Here at services. So these do not, they need employment if you are going to use them as an actual water crossing, but just for immigrants will cross these without needing employees, and they will not burn or collapse, so that is always good. Of course, we're going to have our bazaars and positions set up there. There is a reason these are set up like that, is that bazaars right next to them do negative durability, but the further you get away from them, up to like 3 blocks, it increases our durability, desirability. So there is an actual reason why those are like that. Maybe I should probably go into that more in another video. 1, 2, 3 for temples. All right. Just because sometimes I can get burned on the way these houses form, then you just got to destroy them, wait for them to refill. It's a waste of resources because when you destroy them, of course, you lose everything that was in there. So, all right, let's get our basic services in. We actually don't have reeds on this map, so we do not need to worry about a pocket there, so we will put a dentist there later. Let's put down our normal water. So yeah, by now you should have a general idea of how you want to do your housing blocks and how you want to set everything up. This one I'm going to need to maximize as much as possible, so I'll probably put my village palace and everything else someplace off somewhere else so it's not here on the loot, because this is where all the resources go. Be a granary here, storage yard there. Alright, let's keep going. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I'll put the dock there. So, okay, let's unpause, get people to move in. And then I think the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up exports to the debt here with just gems. We're just going to just straight sell gems. So let's take a look at our commerce here. And you can see that if we look at gems, they sell for 92 and jewelry sells for 150. So not even a 50% increase, and it takes gems to make jewelry. So just for now, unless you can very much mass produce them, it's not too much of a benefit to turn them into jewelry. Once we get storage yards full, we'll start turning them into jewelry and stuff. But right now, and of course also, people only buy so many gems. So once they're out of buying gems, naturally our storage yards will fill up. So people are moving in nicely here. So at this point, I kind of got to think on money, because before I start going into debt, I want to get a steady source of income. And then I also need to think about meeting Pharaoh's requests. I imagine Pharaoh requests jewelry, gems, maybe the Selima Oasis will open up. We need to start getting sandstone over there. So all the way across. So, all right. Let's set gems up. Now that we have people here. 2, 3, 4. So we go out this way. I always like to use flat mode. Alright, so you can see they already start working. Let's connect that right there. Put that there, and we're going to do like we normally do and put a architect's post. They do not collapse. And he will walk all of those. And then, let's see, what is our... okay, plenty of unemployment. Let's put a dock in. We're going to put 2 docks over here. We'll put the first one there. String this straight out to right there. So I put that there so our gems and stuff can go straight over here to the dock, because it is a water trade route versus having to go all the way like down and then like loop around kind of thing. So they'll take a shortcut. So we'll ignore these roadblocks. All right. Plenty of unemployment going. Okay, let's look at our farm. So, all right, guys, I'm going to work on getting the farm set up, get this initial trade, and then I'll be back to show you what I did. All right, guys, we're getting our first harvest here. You can see it's not too much. I put in 5 chickpea farms, and they're coming in. I have this set up here. As you can see, the granary storage yard. The back side of the storage yard is a firehouse architect's post, and then there's a roadblock. So he's going to walk all the way down this way, come back, and he'll either go back that way or just loop around again. Here's my normal 9 block that I'm going to tile out with 2 camps right there. So I think it's time that we hurry up and get the gods down. Remember, your patron gods are 375. We're at 472, so we're going to need at least a minimum of a temple plus a shrine, which we can go ahead and put right there. So that'd be, what is that? It's almost 500, 600 right there. And then we can just put down 1 temple for Osiris. The good thing about all this is I'll have plenty of room to kind of expand out and have temples. So we're just going to start throwing these over this way. So, and it's 750 for your non-patron, so that should be plenty for Osiris. You see, they were already kind of angry. So, caught that in time, but it should change and go back down here shortly. I think I'm going to spend a little extra money to open up another trade route for gems. Who will buy gems? Is it just them? Looks like it's just them. So our next export we could look at would be linen. We could also do beer. Let's take a look. You always want to look at these things. You want to look at the prices. So beer sells for 140, which is decent. Stone and plain stone and sandstone will sell. It's pretty cheap, but it's just there's no processing involved. You just cut it and it goes into a storage yard. Linen is 160. So beer is probably better as an early resource, just because I can use it for my own town. Plus, I can export it as well. Let's look again. So Timna is a land trade. They'll buy beer. 1,450. Gotta pay attention to that one. And object due is 600 for another land. Sand, clay, and the fur, water. So let's take a look. We need to start selling more gems, and once we sell a little more gems, I'm going to go ahead and open up another trade route. I'm going to start beer production up here. And yeah, remember, if you are going to be exporting it out of a dock, you want your storage yards to be close to a dock. So it'll be made over here and then carried down. So keep that in mind, okay? So, all right, I'm going to move on to the next portion of that. So, buyer coming in to get the gems. He's going to send the cart pushers out. Fantastic. So there we go. He bought 1,200. And he's going to sell back. So about all we had. Yeah, it is working. There's a little bit more money. I did build up our houses a bit. We have a little bit of unemployment. Started brewing, extended these lines out. And yeah, going to go ahead and get beer production going. Our gods are starting to like us more, but the inundation is quite terrible. And I think it's going to be like that consistently on this map. So lackluster harvest. So we can't really plan on too much maybe of the farming exports. It's all right. I'm going to finish setting up beer. I'll be back here shortly. All right. We are feeding our people. We've had a couple blessings from Osiris to get double bounties, and we are still selling gems. Gonna start importing clay in order to have more clay coming in to make pots, to expand up here. Also put down a brickworks because I have just a few grain farms. Start getting some straw in case they ask for bricks. We can also start exporting bricks as well. That's why I feel that's you either got to choose chickpeas or lettuce to grow, and the other one needs to be grain and flax. But we have all that coming in. Our population is going up. The gods are staying happy. And yeah, we're going to continue on. Next up is to expand into jewelry. Some blessings from Taff have just filled up the storage yard of gems. As long as there was something in there to fill it up all the way, he'll choose one. All right, so I'm going to put a water crossing in. We're going to extend over here. We're going to start getting a couple more gems, and we're going to get a few mines of sandstone and granite to start storing it and start selling it. Because I know Pharaoh's probably going to start asking soon. All right, guys, I noticed that our houses are expanding, but notice our Monday was going down quite a lot, and I want to show you why here. This is why it's important to diversify. As we look at the debt, the het, they've already purchased all 2,500 of the gems that they are. So I've been getting to make jewelry to sell as well, but I need to branch into linen and bricks, which requires clay, of course, which is more money out. I mean, we'll get more money going. More money going out. We'll get more money coming in when we start making it, but yeah, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You got to diversify because only one person's buying gems and he's already capped out for the year. So the year just did tick over, so hopefully let's take a look at the world map and see. There we go. We went back down to 0. So that's how that works. So we'll start getting money again, but remember, diversify. Don't put unless multiple people are buying the same thing, you can't rely on one thing or you're going to go broke. All right, we unfortunately went into debt. The same guy who showed up to buy gems and jewelry also sold us clay, and he sold us the clay before he purchased, so that put us right into debt and then brought us right back out again. So unfortunately,
I can't wait to
so
trade
he's
my
coming
supplies.
in hopefully to buy some more jewelry and beer from us. We have a new trade route available. Selima Oasis has been conquered, but now that it's there, it can be opened. So let's see what they actually have. They will sell ebony and wood, and they will buy beer, linen, papyrus. So not really a whole lot that we want to worry about right now. It is a land trade route, but we also just had sandstorms. So due to high winds, driving sands have obscured the roads. So land trade routes right now, we are just primarily relying on water, but land trade routes are closed right now. So we're having another big population boom here. We need to expand a bit. I'm thinking put this temple complex in. Looks like a decent spot right there. That should make Half very happy. Go ahead and hold. Excellent, because we're getting always substandard inundations here. We have I've expended gems down here, jewelry making up there. Alright guys, got this basic housing unit up here just kind of built. It's a weird little loop, some jugglers and some minor things there. But we met our culture, prosperity, monument, kingdom. We just need our 4,000 population and we are done. So alright guys, we're almost there. We're just waiting on basically some papyrus. It's just there, it is right there finally. The papyrus is just taken forever to get here. But now that we'll have a scribal school, these will all evolve and to common residences, or elegant residences, because we actually have extra food. So they're all evolving, and that will 100% push us over. So while that's going, you can see we have this up here. It's just basic. There's only boost there, so it won't go too far. We have all of our brewers, everything's set out in my pattern, my geometric pattern up here. Alright, well done. You have established a thriving city that other Egyptian cities look to us as an example, and that Nubia looks to it with envy. So we did it in 81 months. I feel I probably could have knocked that off a bit more if I would have expanded more. I feel like the last few months, basically, was just trying to expand the population to 4,000. Food was always an issue. I should have noticed. Well, let's go over this first. We have 30 culture, 57 prosperity, 53 kingdom reading, and a population of 4,000. So let's keep going. I should have noticed when my money was climbing so much that I should have once again started importing food. It's not the first time I've made that mistake. I started importing fish, and that really helped kind of build up a back surplus of this. I also should have probably extended over here earlier and use this water crossing right here to bring food over to my main area over here because, excuse me, this was just, even all of this was just not producing enough. It is just very poor farming. Even with constant blessings from Osiris, it was just not very good. So, all right, guys, that was Abu. We're going to do Selima Oasis next, and because I'm going to knock out every single mission. So we'll just take one final look at the city here. You can see how these are my normal 9 grids by 4. Over here, my normal housing block laid out. But yeah, it was a very stable city. I didn't have any issues. Just I was always teetering right on that brink of starvation. I felt like nobody ever devolved because of food, but it was just it was painful, I'll tell you. So all right, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time back for Selima Oasis.